Hello, good morning, students. How are you? I think you are quite well. Today we will discuss a new topic, projectile fired parallel to horizontal. Projectile fired parallel to horizontal. Suppose suppose a body projected horizontally. Suppose a body projected horizontally with initial velocity u at height h from the ground. Suppose a body projected with initial velocity u at height h from the ground. Now the body has two independent motion. The body has two independent motion. First, uniform horizontal velocity u, and second, vertically downward accelerated motion with constant acceleration g. Vertically downward accelerated motion with constant acceleration g. Under the combined influence of these two components, projectile follow a parabolic path OPA. Suppose after time t, body reaches at point P whose coordinate is xy. Then horizontal distance covered by the body in time t. Horizontal distance traveled by body in time t. Horizontal distance covered by body in time t. Now we know that distance is equal to speed into time, here velocity into time, that is x is equal to u into t. From here t is equal to x upon u. From here t is equal to x upon u. T is equal to x upon u. This is my first equation. Now for vertical distance covered by the body in time t, for the vertical distance covered by the body in time t, t is equal to x upon u. This is my first equation. Vertical distance covered by body in time t. In time t, we know that s is equal to ut plus half at square. There is initial velocity is 0, and this is y is equal to 0 into t plus half. In place of a we write g t square, that is y is equal to half g t square. We will put t is equal to x upon u here. This implies y is equal to g x square upon 2 u square. Here g upon 2 is u square is equal to, suppose, constant k. Y is equal to k x square, where k is equal to g upon 2u square. Since y is a quadratic function of x, so trajectory of the projectile is parabola. What is trajectory? I have already told you. The path followed by the projectile is known as trajectory. Now we will discuss time of flight. Time of flight. Time of flight. It is total time. Time of flight. Time of flight. It is total time for which projectile in flight, that is remain in air from O to A. It is the total time for which projectile in flight, that is remain in air from O to A. For vertical downward motion, for vertical downward motion, S equal to ut plus half at square. Here we write in place of a g and time capital T and distance s equal to h, that is h equal to 0 into t plus half g t square, that is h equal to half g t square or t square equal to 2h upon g, that is t equal to under root 2h upon g. This is second equation. T equal to under root 2h upon g. This is second equation. Now we will discuss horizontal range. Horizontal range. What is horizontal range? It is the horizontal distance. Horizontal range, it is the horizontal distance traveled by projectile during the time of flight. It is the horizontal distance traveled by the projectile during the time of flight. Horizontal range. It is the, what is horizontal range? It is the horizontal distance traveled by the projectile during the time of flight. Now horizontal range is denoted by capital R, which is equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Horizontal range R is equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight, that is R is equal to u under root 2h upon g. This is my third equation. Now velocity of, we will find velocity of the projectile at any instant. Velocity of the projectile at any instant. Velocity projectile at any instant, we will find velocity of the projectile at any instant. We know at any instant velocity has two rectangular components. At any instant velocity has two rectangular component. Horizontal component of velocity Vx is equal to u, and vertical component of velocity Vy is equal to 0 plus gt. Horizontal component of velocity, horizontal component of velocity, that is Vx is equal to u. Vertical component of velocity, vertical component of velocity, that is Vy is equal to 0 plus gt, that is Vy is equal to gt. Now we will find resultant velocity. Resultant velocity V is equal to resultant velocity, that is V is equal to under root Vx square plus Vy square. Okay. Now we will put the value of Vx and Vy. That is V is equal to Vx square, that is u square, u square, V is equal to Vx square plus Vy, that is u square plus g square t square, g square t square. Suppose if velocity V makes an angle beta, suppose velocity V makes an angle beta with horizontal, then tan beta is equal to Vy upon Vx. What is the value of Vy? Gt. Tan beta is equal to Gt upon Vx u. Tan beta is equal to Gt upon u. From here beta is equal to tan inverse Gt upon u. Now we will solve some numerical problem based on motion in a plane. Some numerical problem based on vectors and scalars, and that is, first question is find magnitude and direction. Find magnitude and direction of, first question. Second, that is find magnitude and direction of unit vector I plus unit vector j, and second one is unit vector I minus unit vector j. The question is find magnitude and direction of unit vector I plus unit vector j, and second one is unit vector I minus unit vector j. For this we suppose let unit vector I plus unit vector j makes an angle theta with x axis. Let unit vector I plus unit vector j makes an angle theta with x axis. That is, we can write what? That is with x axis, that is unit vector, with I. Then we know the formula cos A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Cos theta A dot B is equal to mod A mod B into cos theta. Now we have supposed unit vector I plus unit vector j makes an angle theta with x axis, that with unit vector, that is with unit vector I, that is with unit vector I. Then from here cos theta is equal to unit vector A dot unit vector B upon mod unit vector A and mod unit vector B. A dot B, that is I plus j, unit vector I plus unit vector j dot I upon, first we find mod, here let vector A is equal to unit vector I plus unit vector j and vector B is equal to unit vector I, because we have supposed unit vector I plus unit vector j makes an angle theta with the x axis, that is with unit vector I. Then mod A, mod unit vector A is equal to under root 1 square plus 1 square, coefficient of I is 1 and coefficient of j is also 1, that is under root 2, and here mod vector B is equal to under root 1 square, that is 1, then it become under root 2 into 1. Now I dot I, we know I dot I is equal to j dot j is equal to k dot k, is equal to 1, and I dot j is equal to j dot k is equal to k dot I is equal to 0. Then I dot I, that is 1 upon under root 2, when j dot I, that is 0. Therefore we can write cos theta is equal to 1 upon under root 2. This implies cos theta is equal to cos 45 degree, that is theta is equal to 45 degree. Similarly, we can suppose let unit vector I minus unit vector j makes an angle theta with x axis, that is with unit vector I. Then cos theta in next part, here for second part cos theta is equal to unit vector I minus unit vector j dot I upon under root 2 into under root 1. Now I dot I, that is equal to 1 and j dot I is equal to 0, that is 1 upon under root 2. Cos theta is equal to 1 upon under root 2. This implies cos theta is equal to cos 45 and theta is equal to 45 degree. This is the solution of this problem. Now PDF of this question will also be provided to you. Now we will solve next problem. Our next problem is question third. If vector A cross vector B is equal to 0, vector A cross vector B is equal to 0 and vector B cross vector C is equal to 0, prove vector A cross vector C is equal to 0. Now we know that if vector A cross vector B is equal to 0, then it denotes vector A is parallel to vector B. Similarly, vector B cross vector B is equal to 0. This indicates vector B is parallel to vector C. Vector A cross vector B is equal to 0. This implies vector A is parallel to vector B. Vector B cross vector C is equal to 0. This implies vector B is parallel to vector C. From this, vector A is parallel to vector B and vector B is parallel to vector C. Thus, vector A is parallel to vector C. That is, vector A cross vector C is equal to 0. Vector A cross vector C is equal to 0. Now we will discuss next problem. Question number 4. What is next question? Prove A cross B mod A cross B square plus mod A dot B square is equal to AB square. Prove mod vector A cross vector B square plus vector A dot vector B square is equal to AB square whole square. Now we know, since vector A cross vector B is equal to AB sin theta and vector A dot vector B is equal to AB cos theta. Now we will put the value here. AB sin square theta plus AB cos square theta common AB whole square sin square theta plus cos square theta. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, that is AB whole square. Now we will discuss question number 5. Question number 5. Our next question is so that vector A is equal to minus 6i plus 9j minus 12k. Vector B is equal to 2i minus 3j plus 4k are parallel to each other. We have to prove vector A and vector B are parallel to each other. If vector A and vector B are parallel to each other, then vector A cross B is equal to 0. If vector A and vector B are parallel to each other, then vector A cross vector B is equal to 0. We will solve vector A cross vector B, that is I j k. Coefficient of I is minus 6, coefficient of j 9, coefficient of k minus 12. Minus 6, 9, minus 12. Coefficient of I 2, minus 3 and 4. That is equal to I. We will cover this portion I and this portion. Then since I lie in this row and I lie in this column and I also lie in this row, so we will cancel it. Now we will multiply 9 into 4 minus 12 into minus 3. For j, cover this column and multiply minus 12 into 2 minus 6 into 4. For k, cover this column and this row. We will multiply minus 6 into minus 3 and minus 9 into 2. That is for I 9 into 4. That is 9 into 4 minus 12 into minus 3. For j, plus unit vector j minus 12 into 2 minus 12 into 2 minus 6 into 4 minus 6 into 4 plus k, cover this column, minus 6 into minus 3 minus 6 into minus 3 minus 9 into 2 9 into 2. Then we get 36 minus 36, that is 0, 0 minus 24 plus 24, that is 0, 18 minus 18, that is 0, that is 0. Thus vector A cross vector B is equal to 0. This shows that vector A and vector B are parallel to each other. Now we will discuss next question. Our next question, question number 6. Question number 6. Next question. Find the value of n so that vector 2i minus 3j plus k and may be perpendicular to the vector 3i plus 4j plus nk. 3i plus 4j plus nk. Let this is equal to vector A and this is equal to vector B. Then we have to prove that vector A and vector B are perpendicular to each other. We know that when two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then A dot B is equal to 0. When two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then vector A dot vector B is equal to 0, that is 2i minus 3j, 2i minus 3j plus k dot 3i plus 4j plus nk. Now we know that I dot I is equal to j dot j is equal to k dot k is equal to 1 and I dot j is equal to j dot k is equal to k dot I is equal to 0. Thus when I dot I, this gives the result, that is 2 3 are 6 and 3 we will multiply this by this, because I dot I is equal to 1 but I dot j is equal to 0 and k dot I or I dot k is also 0. This become minus 12, 3 4 ja, and here coefficient of k is 1 and 1 multiplied k dot k is equal to 1 plus n is equal to 0, that is n minus 6 is equal to 0, that is n is equal to 6. We have to find value of n, then the value of n is 6. Now we will discuss next question. Question 7. Question 7. The magnitude of the resultant of two vectors p and q is given by r square is equal to p square plus q square. the magnitude of the resultant of two vectors p and q is given by r square equal to p square plus q square. What is the angle between p and q? What is the angle between p and q? We know if theta is the angle between p and q, then magnitude of their resultant is given by, if theta is the angle between p and q, then magnitude of their resultant is given by r square is equal to p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. Here given r square, that is p square plus q square is equal to p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. We will cancel this from both sides. Then 2pq cos theta is equal to 0. 2pq cannot be equal to 0, that is cos theta is equal to 0. Cos theta is equal to cos 90, that is theta is equal to 90 degree. Theta is equal to 90 degree. Now we will discuss next question. Determine the value of m so that vector A is equal to 4i plus mj minus 2k, and vector B is equal to 2i plus 3j, 2i plus 3j plus k. Now it is given that determine the value of m so that the vector A is equal to 4i plus mj minus 2k and vector B is equal to 2i plus 3j plus k are perpendicular to each other. When we know that when two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then vector A dot vector B is equal to 0. When two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then vector A dot vector B is equal to 0. Here vector A 4i plus mj minus 2k dot 2i plus 3j plus k is equal to 0. We know that I dot I is equal to j dot j is equal to k dot k is equal to 1, and I dot j is equal to j dot k is equal to k dot I is equal to 0. Then it become I dot I, that is 4 to 8 plus 3m minus 2 is equal to 0. 3m plus 6 is equal to 0. 3m is equal to minus 6, m is equal to minus 2. Now we will discuss next question. Find the angle between the force. Find the angle between the force 3i plus 4j minus 5k and displacement d 5i plus 4j plus 3k. Find the angle between force and displacement, force F and displacement D. Also find projection of F on D. We know that cos theta is equal to F dot D upon mod F mod D. F dot D, that is, first we find mod F is equal to under root coefficient square of I, j and k, that is 3 square plus 4 square plus minus 5 square, that is mod F is equal to 9 plus 16 plus 25 equal to under root 50. Similarly, mod D is equal to 5 square plus 4 square plus 3 square under root 5 square plus 4 square plus 3 square, that is under root 50. And F dot D 3 5 15 plus 16 minus 15 upon mod F mod D, that is under root 50 into under root 50. Then it become 16 upon 50. 16 upon 50. When we solve this, we get 0.32. Now projection of F on D is equal to F cos theta. Projection of F on D is equal to F cos theta. Projection of F on D is equal to F cos theta. What is the value of F? That is under root 50 and value of cos theta, that is 0.32. And when we find the square root of under root 50, we get 7.07 into 0.32. We get the result 2.26 units. Thank you.